Hello, and welcome to an episode of Clash of the Commentaries, a cinephile commentary co-hosted by myself, Joe Buckley, a malcontent who loves films but makes no effort to really understand them. Along with my good buddy and film buff, Ryan Matthew Ziegler, we will argue various points and off-topic tangents as we watch films only one of us truly enjoys. Thanks for tuning in to Clash of the Commentaries, and please enjoy our ramblings. You can start the film in 3, 2, 1, play!
All right, here we go.
Yeah, classic Universal logo.
Yeah, we are about to embark on the journey that is Jaws 2, the 1978 sequel to Steven Spielberg's immortal classic.
I really hope I don't get wet, because I have a problem with boats.
Now, and showers. Now, This is your first time ever watching Jaws 2,
Absolutely.
correct?
This is a blind watch.
Okay, well, I do consider this, and many people do consider this, one of the great sequels. You know, it's not better than Jaws.
No, it never could be.
But it is a great sequel. It retains a lot of the vibe, a lot of the feel, a lot of the tone, a lot of the actors, the sets, etc. of the first movie. So it's a good sequel. It's a good sequel.
See, I really haven't heard almost anything about it. I know it has a lot of the same cast and stuff, but I've never heard like, hey, this is like Psycho 2. This is really worth a watch.
Oh, well, it is if if you're a fan of Jaws, and most people like Jaws 2.
Okay. Now, 3 and 4, those get much murkier.
A lot of people think 4 is one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Jaws 3 is really silly. I think Jaws 3 is absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I think it's terrible. Jaws the Revenge, I don't think deserves the level of vitriol and hate that it gets. It's not a good movie. It's silly as hell. But as a sequel, it has, they shot it on Martha's Vineyard, at least, the beginning scenes.
Okay. It
has some of the same actors, from the first two movies.
And what are you really going to do with the fourth movie in the series?
Yeah. So, I think Jaws the Revenge, again, it's not a good movie, but I don't think it's anywhere near as terrible as a lot of people think it is. Now, Jaws 2, this movie went through a lot of problems.
Okay.
There was a director on the movie named John Hancock, who directed movies like Let's Scare Jessica to Death and Prancer.
I've heard of that.
And Prancer.
Okay.
Among other films. He came on this movie. I believe he did actually shoot some scenes. For whatever reason,
stomach problems.
He was fired.
Okay. Okay.
And another director was brought in, and I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, Janos Wark, but he had done work. Spielberg knew him.
Yeah.
Now Spielberg is not involved at all in Jaws 2.
No, that's the big issue I always had with watching. It's definitely not a Spielberg movie, so it's not going to be as good as what he did.
But Spielberg knew this guy, and he came in and worked on and came in and directed this movie. And many characters were recast, actually, once he came in. So they had to reshoot stuff. And there's a great book called about the making of Jaws 2 that's out there.
Ooh.
So, yeah, we just...
First death.
Couple of guys diving down to Orca. The boat from the first movie sunk.
Okay, and they were just trying to photo it?
Take some pictures, and it looks like, another shark.
Uh-oh. Now, I heard something about, this is, the son of the first Jaws, or...
No, there's no familial connection.
Okay, that happens later.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, there's no family connection. So here we are, Martha's Vineyard, just like the first movie.
Now, do you think they basically just only ate grapes during the making of it? Do you think they actually had an actual caterer, or just grapes?
Joe,
they saved on some production money?
Yes, Joe. Everybody on this movie ate grapes, and everybody was shitting in their hats all the time. Okay. They're shitting in the water.
Oh yeah.
They actually killed a real shark by hot diarrhea spray in the water. What are you thinking?
What?
Is this what you're going to do during commentary?
Probably, yes.
I'm trying to do it with real commentary for fans of Jaws 2. If you're going to come in here and be a big-titted asshole, I'm going to walk the fuck out.
Okay, listen.
I got better things I could do.
I'm trying to provide some levity to this commentary, some comedy. Maybe as a...
You're not in commentary. You're making my blood pressure rise.
Okay.
I'm going to slap you right in the nipple.
Okay.
Anyways, this movie... So, again, the same director of photography, Michael Butler, is on this movie. Carl Gottlieb co-wrote the script for the first movie, co-wrote the script with Howard Sackler. Initially, the Howard Sackler screenplay, they rewrote it, and the Jaws 2 novelization is based on the original script by Howard Sackler and Dorothy Tristan. The original, and so if you want to know what Jaws, if you want to know what Jaws 2 is gonna be, you can read that novelization. I've read it; it's pretty good.
Yeah. I had the book as a kid, but I never read it. I didn't like to read.
It's got this weird subplot involving the mob, like the first book did. It's got a whole subplot with a seal, but it's a quick, easy, breezy read. So, I mean, if you like Jaws, I'd say read Jaws too.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I remember from the book is that there was like a nice bosom lady on there, and I looked at her for a little bit.
And Jaws 2 book novelization?
Yeah, the skiing chick.
Joe.
Well, it's on the posters too, I think.
I know, but it's a drawing.
Well,
we've gone over this, Joe.
It's completely fine.
You and your love of drawings. I mean, on the drive over here, all right, you try to justify this whole regime of fucking melon heads that you know on the internet that masturbate to cartoons.
Yeah.
I will not stand by that. When there's flesh and blood out there, you're jerking off the cartoons. So I don't want to hear about you getting excited about the breasts on a drawing from the Jaws 2 novelization.
I was a little boy, and listen,
I don't care.
Pornography is heavily censored in Japan, so when you have drawings and it's all nice and
okay,
but you fuck them.
Okay,
yeah.
That's strike one.
Okay, strike one.
You get
3.
2 more strikes,
and then I'm
gonna slap you across the face. I shit you not.
Okay.
Now, of course, the kids in this movie are not played by the actors who played the kids in the first movie because this is supposed to be a couple of years later.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're great.
There's, Mayor Vaughn's back.
Sure. Yep.
That's a great thing about Jaws 2 is even in the background, you see a lot of the extras from the town that were extras in the first Jaws.
Movie,
So there is, it's a great thing about Jaws 2. There's the vibe.
Is Jaws going to come out of the pool?
First of all, oh God, if you call that fucking shark Jaws during this commentary, oh, Joe, the blood is going to flow from every part of your body that I can reach.
See, that'd be good to catch a new shark, though.
And I don't care if anyone argues on the fucking internet like last time. Oh, everybody calls the shark Jaws. Fuck you, they do not.
Some of them did.
If you want to call the fucking shark a
Bruce.
name, you call him Bruce. That's the adopted name. It gets my fucking dander up.
Dandruff?
I said it gets my dander up. It pisses me off.
Okay.
Everyone calls the shark Jaws. Go fuck yourself. They do not. Learn about movies.
Well, listen, a lot of people think that...
the fucking shark is not called Jaws.
A lot of people think that Jason Voorhees was the killer.
Are you going to call Jason Voorhees the hockey mask?
Yeah.
Do you call him the Friday the 13th? Oh, and here's the part where the Friday the... No,
I'd call him the hockey stick killer.
The last time we did a commentary on your cousin's podcast thing, there was some mouth-breathing fucking nerds getting on this commentary and being like, oh, everybody calls the shark Jaws. You're an asshole for taking him to task. You don't know, Joe. You don't know, Joe. Joe needs to be taken to task on the regular.
If I take an inch, I'll take a mile. That's what people say.
It's true. Yeah. I love you, Joe, but Jesus Christ sometimes.
Listen, I consider myself somewhat of a film buff, but I'll be the first one to admit that I don't know everything.
Well, you sure as shit act like you know everything. You will argue with me. It's funny that we're watching Jaws 2 right now.
Yes.
Because how many arguments did we have where you're like, oh, Jaws 2 is a terrible sequel. It's terrible. And you've never seen it.
I never said that was terrible. I said I don't think it would be that worth watching as much.
No, you said it was
I
crap
have no
because
desire.
You said you read on some forum, some shitless layabout was typing that Jaws 2 sucks, and so you took it as gospel. You know what I mean?
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say anything about Jaws 2, and that was the danger for me.
On Easter Sunday, some people go to church. You go to Reddit.
Yeah,
That's
go to IMDb.
Worship. No, you don't go to IMDb.
No, I have an extension on my computer that archives the IMDb forums after they took them down.
IMDb?
Yeah.
What website's that?
Oh, it's a brand new one.
So anyway, there's if you're still trying to watch the movie through this commentary.
That looks like Marky Mark.
This is a party for Amity, the town. They're opening this
opening the beaches back up.
Well, the beach has been open for a couple of summers now. Okay. At this point, this is a couple of years removed, from the first movie. It's a couple of summers later.
Are they celebrating how many sharks got actually murdered in real life after Jaws came out?
No.
Okay.
Now, coming up here, you're going to see this guy. That's, of course, Keith Gordon. He would later be in Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield and Christine, John Carpenter's Christine, where he gives, in my opinion, one of the great screen performances. Believe it or not, I think his performance in Christine is outstanding. You know. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good to see. Keith Gordon's also a director now, but he's, you know.
Well, what's he done? Anything cool?
A Midnight Clear. I think that's the war movie he made with Gary Sinise. I could be wrong on that one. And I could look it up, but I'm
sure. We're doing the commentary.
But and here, you know, it's like the first movie. Roy Scheider and Lorraine Gary, Mr. and Mrs. Brody, are gonna, you know, talk about having sex. That was a theme through the first two Jaws movies to show that they are a happily married couple. They still enjoy each other.
Sure. Maybe having a couple more kids to go play on the boat. And then he can scream at him, "Get off the water! Get off the water!"
Well, the kid, that comes later. There'll be plenty of people yelling, "Get out of the water!"
Okay.
Now, the cool thing about Jaws, too, is also the tagline was very successful. You always hear people say stuff like, you know, just when you thought it was safe to go back into the bathroom, or, you know, just when you thought it was safe to go back to Grand Ridge and to Joe's smoky fucking old house.
Oh, it's not safe.
They got this tagline for just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. Very famous.
Now it's on the shore.
Very famous tagline.
Okay.
For Jaws 2. So now a lot of people, and as the movie goes on, we'll talk more about it, but a lot of people, you know, consider Jaws 2 almost a proto-slasher movie. Because
I've heard that. That's one thing I have heard. Because
as you'll see as the movie goes on, this group of teenagers, get together to party, and they're kind of hunted down later on. So I can see that. I don't think it's a slasher movie, but now here's some foreshadowing. That was some foreshadowing. Did you see that?
Broken
that
log?
Cable? No, that cable that was going under the water.
Oh, that's right. I think I know how this ends.
The concept of the electrical cable under the water. Yeah, that will come into play later on. Okay. There's another moment coming up later in the movie where they will reference, they'll throw it in your face. Hey, you know, there's electrical cables under this water, and oh boy, it could blow up the world. So
yeah.
Hint.
Okay.
For things to come, but.
Yeah, did they say something like, oh, Jaws, it looks like you're in for a shocking time?
No, because nobody calls a fucking shark Jaws. Joe, okay. I don't want to say that's strike 2, but that's strike 1.5.
Okay.
That is strike 1 and a goddamn half.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of great sequels, there's Deputy Hendricks.
Yeah, he was in the original.
Who's in the original movie, but he's also in Halloween 2, which is also considered a great sequel.
Okay, I didn't recognize him from that.
He's got a very small part in Halloween 2. He's the guy that comes in, and he's the dentist that comes in and looks at the...
Michael's teeth?
Burnt up, what they thought was Michael. It's Ben Tramer. Right. But since the first movie, Deputy Hendricks has gotten more into boating, and now he's got his own. He uses this boat here, and it's the police boat.
Yeah, probably going maybe skinny dipping?
Chief Brody, no, they don't go skinny dipping, Joe. Okay. Because they're the police.
That's right.
They use that boat for police things.
And also the shark could bite off their weenie.
Well, they're not worried about sharks. They killed the shark.
Okay.
The sharks are rare in those waters, so they don't expect in their wildest dreams for another shark to show up.
But see, little do they know. Exactly. We're watching Jaws 2. We're not watching Midnight over at the Vineyard.
The Vineyard?
Yeah.
So why grapes again with the vineyard? Now you're talking about vineyards.
No, you said it's Shine Martha's Vineyard.
You're right. Okay. You're all right.
Yeah. I'm on point.
Oh, is that why you were asking about grapes in the first place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I figured, hey, we can feed the crew on the cheap.
That makes a slightly bit more sense. Okay. But I'm used to you coming up with dumb horse shit anyway, so.
Sure. Mind if I take my shoes off?
You leave those shoes on.
Okay. I can do that.
Now, this actress, Donna Wilkes, this one here in the brown, she was in, some exploitation movie, Angel? Or is it Angel? Maybe she wasn't in the first Angel. Maybe she was in the sequels. But Avenging Angel, perhaps, is what it's called.
Okay. Is it one of those like 80s, women in prison movies? Or
no? It's an early '80s title, like Undercover. I saw it years ago on USA. I don't remember a whole lot about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Now that boy looks a lot like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
20 years on.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I don't know who any of these guys are. You know, like I said, only Keith Gordon and then Donna Wilkes.
Oh yeah, so what do they like? Maybe go out on an island to go have some fun?
Well, all these guys are, it's summertime and they're teenagers and they're, they boat. I mean,
taking a dip.
You live on an island. That's
that's the only thing to do on an island.
You have fun.
You could throw rocks at like a dog, or you can boat. And they chose to do the latter.
Yeah, well, thankfully.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Are they racing?
I don't think they're going to race. I think they're just going out and having fun.
Just having the fun
They're just
time.
friends, you know.
Okay.
Like I said, this is what you do in the Illinois Valley. Where we're from, you just cruise around. You know, here this is kind of their version of cruise.
They're just throwing water at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got dirt to play, and we don't have any water here in Illinois.
Well, we got plenty of water, but you don't use it. You just told me today that you, on average, don't shower but once every 3 days.
No, I absolutely did not say that. What I said was the absolute most I'll go without showering is 3 days, and I get uncomfortable even at 2 normally.
Yeah, well, you should get uncomfortable at 1. Can you smell yourself?
I can on like day 2 or 3, so that's why I go shower. But I shower every day unless I'm being very lazy. I'm not going to do anything at all that day. Maybe I won't.
Wow.
Everybody has their lazy days.
Yeah,
and that poor nerd's just trying to read Stephen King.
I don't know what he was reading there.
It looked like Salem's Lot.
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to go back and check that out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know Salem. This movie came out in 78. It was shot in 77. So
it looked like the cover from the movie Salem's Lot.
Well, that movie wouldn't have been made yet.
Oh,
Joe, so.
It wasn't? Okay. They probably used the book cover for the movie poster. Then,
I don't think that was Salem's Lot.
I don't know.
I think there's a lot of reasons to believe that's not Salem's Lot, but that's pointless.
Okay.
You can always go back and watch it later if you'd like to rewind it.
Yeah. Not during this commentary though, because you'll get ass sync.
No.
Make sure to listen to us.
This old man's pissed because he's blaming, which is a very interesting thing. This old man is blaming his neighbor for his son not being able to do his homework because he says the neighbor, his son, can see the neighbor in the window and he's getting all hot and bothered. And, he's not doing his homework because he's presumably masturbating.
Yeah,
all the
that
time.
Seems like victim blaming.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's an interesting.
It's a victimless crime too, because you're all hard. You got your math books out and you see your neighbor.
Yeah, Joe.
Fun time in the 80s.
Stop it.
Okay.
It was the 70s, but stop it.
Very late 70s, yes.
I don't want to hear this commentary is not going to degrade into you talking about masturbation.
Can I talk about my butthole?
No, you're not going to talk about your butthole.
Okay.
No buttholes are going to be talked about on this fucking commentary for Jaws 2. Respect the movie.
What if I say something so outlandish, like my butthole's so wide I bet Jaws could eat like a whale out of it?
Okay, that's 2.
Okay.
That's 2 because you talked about your butthole. You talked about eating your butthole, and you called the shark Jaws.
Okay.
You called the shark
That's 3
Jaws.
bad things all in one line.
If you can't understand enough to call the fucking shark a shark, then call it Bruce.
Okay.
That is the adopted name for the shark. That's what I get. The fucking shark has a name if you want it to have a name, and that name is Bruce.
But people like to personify animals. They do.
There is already a personification in the form of it being called Bruce. Use that if you need to give the fucking imaginary shark a name.
But maybe people
don't
just
call it by the title.
Maybe people just want to
call Jerry Dandridge the Fright Night? When you watch Fright Night? Oh, here comes the Fright Night.
Yep, here comes.
Are you one of these dumb fuckers that actually call the vampires in the Lost Boys the Lost Boys?
Maybe I would.
Here come the Lost Boys.
I haven't seen the Lost Boys.
Oh God.
I hear it's good, but I haven't seen it.
It's a great movie. It's great.
Yeah.
Great vampire movie.
Yeah. Ooh, this boy's in trouble. I don't think the shark's even gonna get him. I think he's just gonna fall.
Would you ever do something like that if we took you to the ocean and we set you up in a harness? And would you ever do these sort of water sports?
I like water sports in porn. I don't like them in real life. I mean, maybe.
The second
maybe
I said water sports, I wish I could have taken it.
You knew what you
back.
were getting into. No, I think I'd be okay in the ocean. I don't really like scales or like moss, so keep me away from the moss, please.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm fine.
Uh-oh, is this the shark?
No.
We don't know because he was pulled out of the water.
Ooh.
Oh, it is. Look at that.
But maybe it's like a dolphin. Maybe they misdirect.
Yeah. Well, maybe, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
This is your first time watching it. I watched it like a zillion times.
Okay.
But, I mean, it was like the first Jaws. Like, as a kid, when I would think of the Jaws series, when I was younger, 8 or 9, I didn't see the difference between Jaws 2, because Jaws and Jaws 2 were always on TV.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until I was older that I was like, okay, could recognize how brilliant Jaws was. And, but in my mind, that's one of the reasons I think Jaws 2 is so classic, because it was on TV as much as Jaws 1. And so, always on during 4th of July and summer.
Well, but I mean, the news is always on TV, but that's not classic.
God help me, Joe. Why am I doing this?
I don't know.
Why am I doing this?
I don't know. I can't tell you.
So, I always thought this scene was kind of funny because she's been making out with her boyfriend pretty much nonstop, but she's like, hold on, let's stop making out because I want to watch this water skiing from so far away, even though presumably she sees water skiing all the time because she lives on the island.
But maybe this is like her buddy's first time on the ski. Maybe she's making sure she doesn't fall and like break her leg or something.
Yeah, it could be. So she's real excited.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Is Bruce coming?
He might be, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that old man just wants to make out some more. Drink some brews.
They're having some beers. They're playing, they're having the summer.
Yeah, they're
man.
playing Skinner.
That's summer. When you're well adjusted, Joe, those were the kind of summers you could have had.
Okay. I mostly just, I watched South Park downstairs on the TV at like 3% volume.
Oh, cool. See, I like this shot a lot. I love this shot where it's tracking along and then,
following them.
And then you see the fin come up. I always thought that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. And this shot as well. It's it's a long take. It's in real time. I always thought that was pretty effective.
Ooh, it's coming for.
And nobody knows.
Yeah, nope, those goddamn kids just keep water skiing and drinking and smoking marijuana and fucking and they're not gonna see the shark coming.
No. See, that's what happens, Joe. That's why I'm glad you stay away from all those things.
Exactly. I would never go near a woman. I'm always afraid she might try to make my dick all wet and slimy.
Okay.
I want nothing to do with it.
2.5.
What?
2.5 strikes.
I'm just saying.
2.5 strikes on that one.
Yes, sir. Now, if I say something good, will it maybe roll back to 1.5?
If you say something profound and genuinely funny, yes, maybe I will roll it back.
Okay.
But as of right now, you're at 2.5, and I don't think you're going to make it.
The doomsday clock is ticking.
Because I can set you up.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I can say anything, and I know that you can't help yourself, and you'll have to talk about gaping buttholes or talking about, putting fruit where it doesn't belong, or some idiot putting his wiener in a mouse trap or whatever this bullshit
is there really any place that fruit doesn't belong?
Weirdo friends watch on the internet. All this crap you babble on all day.
No, it's completely fine. Fruit belongs in a bowl, maybe a mouth, fridge.
Okay.
There's lots of places you can put fruit.
Well, did you see what happens? Did you just see what happened?
Yeah, it was a fake shark. It was a fin off of a ski.
No, the girl just got attacked, presumably by the shark. She's gone, and our friend is like, "Where the fuck are you?"
Okay.
Quit looking at me and look at the camera.
Okay,
that
makes sense.
Look at the damn TV screen.
That makes sense.
You're getting me frazzled, Joe, with anger.
Okay.
Frothing.
Okay.
Frothing.
I can control what I say to people, but I can't control who I am.
Well, exactly, but then control the first part. Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's gonna bite her.
There we go.
Now that's not a real shark, right? No,
of course not.
I thought maybe that first shot was, but that's plastic.
But we do they were able to perfect the shark for this movie. She
decided to do like the Vietnamese monks.
That was an accident. I don't believe the character meant to
self-immolate.
It's this is unfortunate. But she blew her. Yeah. I like that though. I like that sequence. Yeah. And I like that. And I like that. Now that you saw that the shark was on fire, the shark is now scarred.
Yeah.
So it adds a little personality to the shark that the first movie didn't have. And we're going to see the shark a hell of a lot more in this movie than we did in the first movie.
Yeah.
Because they perfected the making of the mechanical shark.
Now he's just like Freddy Krueger in Freddy's Dead, Part 6.
Or Freddy Krueger in any movie, Joe.
Sure, but he's particularly burnt in Part 6, I think.
He's not particularly more burnt in Part 6.
They didn't get the makeup quite right.
No. The makeup changes throughout the series anyway.
Yeah, true.
His eyes change. Even his eye color changes. Yeah, in the second movie, he's got more like demonic eyes.
They put googly eyes on him in one part,
and there are moments in Freddy vs. Jason that he has more demonic eyes sometimes.
Yeah, in the dream part.
Lizard eyes and stuff.
And
Chief Brody still doesn't like to go into the water.
No, he doesn't
Even
care
though he had
for
that adventure in the first movie, he's still...
Well, the poor guy had to paddle back like 2 miles in the water. I wouldn't touch it either. That was a 10-foot pole. They were tongue kissing.
No,
she saw him.
No, she's not talking about that couple. She's talking about the people that were water skiing. She had no idea that they were...
She was peeping.
That they were dry humping up there on the hill.
Yeah.
The old
you gotta watch out for that on the beach, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can get sand everywhere.
Well, later on in the movie, the girl talks about how her mom's wondering why she has bruises all over her ass. And she's like, well, can we put down a towel? That's later on in the movie.
Okay.
Spoiler
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just like erratically like thrusting, and then it's
because
like sandpaper.
no, it's because she says they keep screwing around on the bottom of boats. Well, it's hardwood, so she's getting bruises. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a violent lovemaking session, Joe.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about pleasures of the flesh with you.
Okay.
It's the last thing on earth I want to talk about.
See, I think I would be a good like love maker. Because I know all the
maybe
steps.
Someday you'll meet the right woman.
Okay.
And she'll look past the disgusting things you say
the
and
flaws.
do. Maybe she herself doesn't bathe that much. And then her stink and your stink can come together and it'll be a beautiful stink perfume.
I am not a stinky person. Everyone I know has said I don't smell bad.
There, no bull fucking shit. There have been times that you've been taken back home to take a shower because you stink.
There has been one time, it just happened like 3 days ago, because I was outside working in the sun.
I don't
and
think
I didn't
that
have time to bathe.
That may be the first time I heard about, but I don't think that's the first time it's happened in your lifetime.
Okay.
All right, so here's the thing I was talking about earlier, the foreshadowing.
The cables?
Yeah, they think they're dragging the lake to try and find the body, the two people that died. And they think, oh shit, we've got something here. And
yeah, I mean, she wasn't a fat lady. She wouldn't be that heavy.
Well, Joe,
I'm just saying.
That's dumb.
Like they know how much people weigh.
Well, they know they're caught on something. And then as you see here, again, it's another shot of the electrical cord.
Uh-oh, he's gonna get zapped.
So that was the second time this movie's let you know that there are these power lines under the water. So you think that may come back? I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
Every shot counts.
Chekhov's power line. Ugh. Exactly.
So I wonder if Cheerios had
probably a little bit of money.
Because there's Cheerios and there's Kellogg's Rice Krispies right there too. So
are they? Oh no, they're the Kellogg brand.
Well,
I guess.
That's two different brands. So Kellogg's and General Mills. That's two different.
I bet there was some tension on set after that.
There were fights.
Yep. Absolutely. Some actors preferred Kellogg's. Some actors preferred Cheerios. And then one maniac just was eating Lucky Charms at 93. He always had them in his beard. And they had to cut him out of the movie.
Keep your eyes on the screen.
Okay.
I'm sitting next to you with headphones. I can hear what you say.
Okay, that's good.
I like this bit here. I like the relationship. I like the relationship between Roy Scheider and Laurie and Gary. I think that it's very complimentary. It feels like a couple.
Yeah, just like a couple of average old people.
That's one thing that this movie carries on too is top-notch acting from Roy Scheider. Speaking of Roy Scheider, though, reading the Jaws, it's funny how tan he is in this movie. And later on, I'll point it out when there's shots where he's super tan. But in the Jaws 2, the making of Jaws 2, the book, a lot of the actors were like, Roy Scheider was kind of unfriendly, and on days off, he would spend a lot of time on the beach with his shirt off, just getting a tan. He was
yelling at the kids.
He has said himself that he only did it for the paycheck.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Jaws 2 for the paycheck and to hang out on the beach. And so he works on his tan. So he's very, very dark in this movie.
Now, what would the budget be for this guy? I'm the number in my head, maybe 20 mil.
Oh, I wouldn't have it. I mean, you're talking 1977, $1978. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's like a good bit of carnage right there.
Yeah, there's a.
That'll happen with cats. If you've got a lot of cats and you die in your house, they'll eat you in like a day.
It's a $30 million budget. So
See, I was
okay.
Yeah, I wasn't.
So that's pretty.
bad.
That's pretty good. I mean, do you think in 1977 for inflation?
Probably 60 mil today, 70.
So this actor, bit of commentary, bit of movie nerd shit here. This actress here, she was in an episode of The Twilight Zone. She was in I can't think of the title of the episode offhand, but it was the episode where everybody looked like either in the future or whatever, all men had the same face, all women had the same face. When you got a certain age, you would go and, and she was a young girl that didn't want to do it. And she was, kind of plain. So looking at the lifetime grosses here, the movie made $81 million, $81.5 million.
Double and a half it.
Domestic, foreign, 106. Number one in the opening weekend. So, I mean, the movie was successful.
Oh, yeah, sure. It would have been, because, I mean, Jaws was the biggest movie that year, I think. What, 75?
Well, it was the biggest movie for 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was stuck around for a long time.
Changed everything.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't...
See, here's the first time we know that, I like this because Brody immediately is thinking shark.
Yeah.
He just asked her, what's the bite radius? She's like, what are you talking about, the whale? And he's like, no, the fucking shark.
Yeah.
And she's like, what do you mean shark? And he instantly,
Yeah.
So one could ascertain that, he's been spending his entire life since the first movie waiting for another shark.
He probably just has like PTSD. Like if his kid takes
sure.
a bite like out of his steak, he assumes a shark came up and did it.
All right, that's a half off.
Okay, cool.
So you're down to 2 strikes.
Okay, that's good.
Well done, Joe. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the working class, Roy Scheider, the working class Chief Brody. He's like,
he wanted to hit her.
He's like, don't fuck with me. Is it a shark or not? Come on, don't give me semantics.
Yeah.
He keeps that hard-nosed New York cop, blue collar.
Yeah.
Persona.
Maybe they assumed it was just like the cattle mutilation things that happened back then.
No.
No. Or I guess that was a bit more recent.
Because the animal was attacked in the water.
Sure.
The shark or the whale or what the fuck was attacked in the water.
See, but no one would ever suspect it. Underwater chupacabra. I think that's Jaws 5.
Don't blow the goodwill you just earned with that joke, Joe.
Okay.
You're close.
Okay.
Dangerously close.
Okay. It's like I'm trying to defuse a bomb.
Now, it was obvious that the girl he has a date with could hear that he was trying to, well, no, Dad, I got a date. And Bro's, I don't give a rat's ass. You break the date.
No, but he was going to make out. He was going to do some kissing.
Well, I imagine he's hoping so. That he finds her attractive. She finds him attractive. That's sort of what happens when mutual parties agree.
Oh, yeah. Maybe some tongue lashing.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe some nipple nibbling.
Watch some of the movie.
Okay. Oh, this one does.
Now, in Jaws the Revenge, there's the concept of, revenge from the shark. The revenge in that title is the concept of the shark getting revenge on the Brodies, but that's part of the reason people hate Jaws the Revenge is that concept. Now, in the novelization for Jaws the Revenge, which I also haven't read, voodoo. There's a whole thing with voodoo, and that's the reason the shark is able.
Islanders, yep.
Because there's a subplot, about the voodoo and everything, but
yeah,
that was abandoned from the movie.
What they should have done is like taking one of those Beanie Baby shark plushes and just start sticking pins in it, and maybe that would have killed it.
Yeah, maybe. Because Beanie Babies existed in 1978, I bet.
They've been around.
No, they didn't, Joe.
I don't know. I've read about the Beanie Baby crash. I didn't learn about the beginnings of it.
You read about the Beanie Baby crash?
Yeah, it was like an investor market. People spent hundreds of thousands on the Beanie Babies.
I know.
It's fun, and now they're all dirt poor and they have worthless shit plushies.
They're full of spider eggs.
Yep.
I love that urban legend that they use spider eggs to fill Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
What my favorite line? Oh wait, it's coming up.
Okay.
Sorry. But it's coming up in this scene. It's my favorite line in this movie. It's partly because it's a little silly and the delivery that Murray Hamilton does with it. But it's coming up here during this sequence. So he's going to the mayor, and it's funny that the mayor doesn't believe him.
Yeah, because the mayor changed in the first one. He had a change of heart.
I mean, he does have a point. That's my favorite line. What am I, an ass? He delivers it with such conviction. I mean, I am a little shocked that the character, and this is some of the people, in general, fans of the movie also kind of concur, but that Mayor Vaughn would be like, no, immediately poo-pooing the idea that it's a shark.
Yeah. After
the events of, the previous years. But at the same time, he's like,
we got to keep those beaches open.
Look, Brody, every death in these waters isn't necessarily a shark, but he totally doesn't believe him, and I think that's a little silly, and I think that's a problem with the script, is that Mayor Vaughn they're
just doing the same thing over again.
Has learned nothing from the first movie, and I don't think that would have happened.
Yeah. Sometimes people just go out in the water and they ate too many hot dogs on the beach and they just drowned.
Well, there's that too, but doesn't mean there's a shark.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things is Mayor Vaughn. I'm surprised that he's immediately no. What am I, an ass?
See, I bet with this one the shark's so big it swallowed the boat whole, and that's why they can't find it. See, now for Jaws...
Well, here's your theory goes to shit, because look, there's a piece of the boat.
Okay. I was just doing conjecture. But see, for Jaws 5, I've already got it. I'm going to pitch it to Universal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shark so big, it swallows the entire island of Amity, and no one knows where it went. And it's just all these ghosts living inside a shark, and they don't know they're dead.
Ghosts, you said?
Yeah.
Oh,
the spirits of the townspeople of Amity.
I think there's a sci-fi movie called Ghost Shark. I don't know if that's... I never saw it. Sci-Fi Channel. With Sean C. Phillips, I think, is in it from the YouTube.
Okay. Or maybe Bruce comes back to haunt them because of all the shark blood that's on their hands.
You know what? I want you to sit down. I want you to write out a treatment for this.
Okay.
I think you're onto something, Joe.
Okay.
And I know that treatment will never happen.
I can give you a 5-page treatment.
No, Joe, No, we both know, but it's a good idea.
Okay. He doesn't want to get his socks wet.
Weren't you editing something really weird right now? Like you're a fan edit of some movie?
Yeah, Twin Peaks.
Yeah, how's that coming?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was working, what I was trying to do was Psycho, in the remake of Psycho, and then you blend it together. You take, whenever the shot cuts, you go back to the other movie to see how well it was done.
Okay.
But people say it's a shot-for-shot remake, but it absolutely isn't. The shots don't connect.
No.
Yeah. So it's really hard to do.
He's like, fuck it, I guess. At first he's kind of like holding his arms up because he doesn't want to get wet, but then it's like,
he's gonna ruin his watch.
It's up to my belly button, so I guess.
Yeah, nothing you can do at that point.
Just try and get a little piece of this boat, maybe get some clues as to what happened to the people.
Maybe the shark scribbled his name on it.
Oh, and there as we see. There's the burnt corpse of the girl. That was driving the boat. Yeah. They're all charred and she didn't blow up though. I mean, the boat blew up, but she didn't blow up.
He probably got bone dust in his contacts.
But it's oof. No, and I like this. He's he makes cyanide tipped bullets.
Yeah, get that shark.
Because that's where he's at now. He's totally convinced that there's another shark, obviously, and he's not fucking around. So he's like, well, get some cyanide bullets. Yeah. In case I get a good shot at the thing.
Yeah. But then this kid goes around playing with his gun and fires it into the neighbor's house.
I like these extreme close-ups, too, of this preparation.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I've always been a fan of this kind of stuff. These extreme close-ups. Tarantino does these a lot. And I don't know.
I like a really, really close-up shot of an eyeball. That's cool.
Yeah, like in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Nice putting wax over them to
keep them fresh.
Yeah. This is, for some reason, I always like the sequence. I don't know what it is about it, but it
looks like lipstick.
I like the sound of it, and I mean, look how brown Roy Scheider is. He's super tan there.
So he changes in between shots.
Yeah, because he was always, and in the book it talked about how the continuity. People are like, well, fuck, continuity is going to be tough. I mean, he's getting burnt in some scenes and not in the other.
Yeah. But
Roy Scheider didn't care.
No, he couldn't be a part of it.
Oscar-nominated superstar, and he was just doing this for money.
He's like Burt Reynolds.
But I like Roy Scheider. He's the year before this, he was in a movie called Sorcerer, William Friedkin's movie.
Yes.
That's an awesome movie. That is a fucking masterpiece. I think that's Friedkin's best movie. People say French Connection, people say The Exorcist, and they're great movies, but Sorcerer is a masterpiece.
There's a director's cut of that out, right? Or
well,
no,
there's only one. Yeah,
there's only one cut.
One cut of the film, and it's on Blu-ray, and
it's
so good. Roy Scheider's great in that movie.
I know sometimes whenever film crews drop their cameras in the water, sometimes the film is salvageable because it's salt water, so it treats the film in it.
Yeah, I've read that.
Yeah. Ooh, they're playing some Pong.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. That's actually, that's not real Pong. That's some other game, because Pong only has the 2 lines and the dot. That's different. That's a newer version of Pong.
Some other Atari game.
Yeah.
So Matt Hooper, there's the explanation why that character's not in the movie. He's on an expedition.
Okay. So he's not going to appear at all in it?
No, you're not going to see.
Okay, that's too bad.
That character ever again.
Oh, never? He doesn't even make it back in Revenge?
He's not in 3 or 4, no.
Okay. I think I saw a tiny bit of Jaws 3D on Sci-Fi Channel one time, maybe like 10 minutes of it, and I think I turned it off.
It's pretty rough. I mean,
it's
got funny parts, and the fact that, it's like it takes a lot of inspiration from Revenge of the Creature, the second creature from the Black Lagoon movie, but I mean, it's got its funny moments in. But what's funny is people, nowadays retconning sequels, and like we're doing with the new Halloween and ignoring other sequels.
Yeah.
Jaws: The Revenge was one of the first sequels that I can think of that did that, because Jaws: The Revenge, in the press books that came out,
yeah, they just strike 3 out of the...
They said concluding the terrifying trilogy, and nothing matches continuity-wise between 3 and 4. So, Jaws: The Revenge is a redo of Jaws 3 essentially.
Okay.
If you want to watch it, and it feels like a trilogy. If you watch Jaws 2, and Jaws: The Revenge, it does have a through line. The tone and the look, but.
See, I bet somebody's...
Jaws 3 is an anomaly in the series.
I bet somebody's edited like those 3 into one big long movie, maybe.
Well, maybe you can do that in a couple of years when you're done with your Psycho thing.
Okay. It does take a while.
Wow. And great, John Williams came back and did the score and did the score for Jaws 2.
Yeah.
And again, Jaws, especially 1 and 2.
Look at that fat boy.
They are summer. That's why, obviously, they're centering the summer, but there's an unmistakable feel of summer and hanging out at the beach. And again, another great montage in this movie, much like the first movie. It just screams summer, and that's one of the reasons I love Jaws 2 as well, is because it's the perfect summer movie, man.
Yeah.
It's one of,
I think the reason why they no longer really do beach scenes in movies is because you can't like have a camera on the beach without seeing like 8 fat people in your shot.
Well, speaking of.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a bigger gal. That's
there was a funny bit that he just did where he made him scooch in because he couldn't.
Yeah, get him in the frame.
Hey, well, look at that, Joe. Girls' butts. Joe, for all the filth you talk, I think you're asexual, really, is what it comes down to.
No.
When you see legitimate, beautiful women in a movie,
that could never get me hard.
You're like, but you'll find some way to talk about some Japanese cartoon cat drawing cartoon jerk off thing, and you're like, that's awesome.
I don't think I could even get hard unless I see anal. I mean, that's how the internet has changed me.
2.5.
Okay.
2.5.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Don't talk about anal.
Okay. It's a normal bodily function.
2.5, Joe.
Okay.
Watch the Jaws 2 movie.
Okay. See, I don't know why you wear a suit on the beach. You're just gonna get it in your shoes and shit.
Well, because they're not there to hang on the beach. They're businessmen. They're giving a tour.
Okay.
To people that are gonna.
Yeah. Maybe they could build a roller coaster on the beach. And
that actor there, next to Murray Hamilton, Joseph. Can't think of his last name.
Was he one of the guys in the car first confronting Brody?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
But he's in. He was for years on. I think it was All My Children. Was it All My Children? Or it was one of the soap operas. For years, that dude was a villain on a soap opera, and he was also in a really great Burt Reynolds movie from the early '80s called Sharky's Machine. Great movie.
See, they could have tied it into the Jaws canon.
So, I mean, he's not in a ton of movies, but he's a good character actor.
Yeah. Ugh, just a dirty boy.
Hey, that guy's painting just like you, Joe. Isn't that your summer job?
Yeah,
I just painting benches.
Yeah, benches and fire hydrants.
How's that? How did that work out?
It's a chore. You gotta scrape all the shit off of them. You gotta unscrew them. You gotta make sure that the firemen can unscrew them whenever there's a fire. You gotta rescrew them. You gotta paint them. Hour of fire hydrant, and there's like 30 of them in town.
But didn't it feel good to get a paycheck for hard work? That was the first time you've ever earned money. Didn't that feel good?
It felt good to have money, but not
Doesn't
necessarily...
it feel good to be handed money for a job well done instead of being handed money just because you asked your mom or your grandmother for it?
Yeah, go away for 5 minutes. Here's $5. I get $1 for each minute I don't bother my parents. That's my real job.
Well, you should be making hand over fist.
Absolutely.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah,
I should be out hanging out. Now I got to
pain.
do a goddamn job.
Yeah. What I would do if I was that kid, I would just take the whole bucket of paint and throw it over a window. That'll teach him.
You'd be fired.
Yeah, and then I could go boating like I wanted.
You'd be grounded. Then you'd be grounded.
I'd say...
You'd get fired and your dad would ground you.
I'd say, I'm not listening to you, old man. I'll kick you in the balls. Yeah, I'm big and strong now. I'm a teenager. You're old. Old, skinny man.
Little brat.
Yeah.
Don't ruin this deal.
Mind your manners.
Don't ruin this deal.
Exactly.
Talking that shit, man. Spin your shit, bro. Hustle.
You gotta make sure to lie. They like lying with children.
Bird watching and
No one in this town has ever even seen a bird.
there's seagulls all over that fucking place, Joe.
Well, a seagull is a rat
We
with
saw him
wings.
chewing on that whale.
No, it's like a pigeon with wings. A seagull is like a hamster of the air.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're still at 2.5, though.
Okay. Oh, what's that black thing in the water?
Well,
Is it?
could be a shark. I don't know. That's why
Could
he's
be
taking
some oil.
That's why he's taking off his sunglasses. He's thinking the same thing. Is that a shark? Is that a shark? Should I get out my cyanide bullets? Should I do something about it?
Yeah. I think BP's just like moved in. Maybe they were just dumping buckets in the
It's
ocean.
the thing from Creepshow 2.
Yeah. Just garbage bags and oil. Creepshow 2, I wanted to like that movie. I didn't.
I like it. I have nostalgia for it, though.
Yeah, I thought 2 of the stories were really weak in it.
Yeah.
And the animation was terrible.
Yeah.
The first one had that really good scene of animation.
Oh, that's really going to piss off the
the old
mayor
inspector. They just embarrassed their old crazy dad.
Yeah.
They should put him in a home.
I like that he's just running down the beach with a gun in his hand.
Yeah, should just be firing it in the air.
Well, he's only got 6 cyanide bullets, so he's got to.
Yeah, he should have taken 2 guns.
He should have just had a machine gun.
Yeah,
and put a machine gun turret up on that shark tower.
Exactly. Maybe like a nice rocket launcher.
Yeah.
They could just call in a nuclear strike to get rid of the shark.
Whoa. I shot him. I shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart.
Oh,
he isn't human.
He got up and kept walking.
And then this nerdy know-it-all. It's just a school of bluefish.
Yeah, you old crazy Chief Brody.
Look at the mustache on that guy.
Ooh, yeah, he's got pato stash. I bet he was touching
There's
children
the
out of
birds
frame.
you said that no one's probably ever seen.
Yeah, they don't look at him, though. They're always just looking at stand.
Yeah, he's a hell of a shot, though. He shot all those little fish from...
Yeah, he probably got 4 of them.
We did have another thing to reload there.
Oh, that's good at least.
I like the old man bringing the pipe to the...
Yeah, they were just going to hit the shark with a pipe.
No, just, I'm going to go to the beach and smoke a pipe. Like, oh, Chief Brody.
Yeah, you old crazy piece of shit. You disturbed my beach visit.
Now, here's the thing, though. Again, after the events of the first movie, a couple of years later, if Chief Brody is running out, shooting guns, thinking that there's a shark, and there's been I would think, fucking, hey, there's a shark out there. I wouldn't be looking at him with these accusatory eyes and like he's nuts, because this is the dude that was talking about the shark the first time.
Well, he did just fire a gun into like a empty ocean.
But what I mean is he has reason to believe that that was a shark to the extent where he was running down and shooting a gun in the ocean. I would think, well, this guy knows his shit. This isn't the first time. It's just funny how the entire town seems to forget everything he did from, the first movie.
I think he might make a good pirate. I think he should have done that for the sequel.
He's in this awesome, awesome movie that Eric read the filmmaker and screenwriter, did called Conan Hate. God damn it.
Oh, his son was like touching a unspent bullet, it looked like. Is he going to get cyanided?
I don't think
There's
so.
a tip on one of the bullets.
Well, maybe.
Okay.
But,
That'd be a good...
But the movie's called Conan Hate. And came out 89, maybe 90, somewhere around that late 80s. And he's a bad guy. He's like a mob guy. And it's Roy Scheider and Adam Baldwin, and they are tasked with going and kidnapping a kid who saw a mob murder, and he's going to testify. So the idea is they got to take the kid, and they're going to bring him back to the mob. I assume they're going to assassinate him. And the whole movie is this kid with them. And it's a road trip movie.
Probably
it's
doing the
so good, dude.
yo-yo tricks.
It's so good. Conan Hate. I highly recommend it.
See, wouldn't that have been an interesting sequel? Like, it's Brody. He thinks maybe there's a shark. He gets the bullets, and he accidentally kills his son. And the whole rest of the movie is just a drama lamenting the loss of his child that he accidentally
It'd be the
killed.
worst Jaws 2 ever.
I don't know. I think people would still like it more than Halloween 3.
Fuck you, Joe.
I like Halloween 3,
You
but
are
people
so
hate
close
it.
to 3.
Okay.
You don't talk bad about Halloween 3.
I said I like it. I said people hate it.
Well,
people absolutely do hate it.
Yeah, and those people are all fucking melonheads too.
I
they got
liked it.
rocks in
I
their
thought it was
fucking
good.
skull. I hate them all.
I thought that was...
Halloween 3 is a
That's what I'm saying.
marvelous movie.
That would have been a much, much better idea for the series.
I think people that hate Halloween 3, they usually don't have a real reason to. It's weird. It's dumb. It didn't have Michael Myers in it. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Go home.
Well, they're like, because they're saying that after like Resurrection come out and there's been like 10 movies and they all have Michael Myers, and they go back to watch them and then there's just this one oddball movie, but it has nothing to do with it.
It doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
look up what happened. It takes you 2 seconds to find out why Halloween 3 is the way it is. Then you accept it for what it is, and you watch the movie, and it's a good fucking fun Halloween season movie.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I mean, yeah, in the last 5-10 years, there's been a renaissance of people appreciating Halloween 3, but I've spent my whole life, people, it sucks to know Michael Myers. Get out of here. Go watch Urban Legends Final Cut.
I can't believe that's getting a release from Scream Factory. They're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
The first one's okay. If you have a nostalgic vibe for that late 90s post-Scream.
I don't know how anyone could.
The first one's okay. It's got Brad Dourif and it's got Robert Englund in it.
I didn't know England was in it. But...
Yeah, it's not awful. It's not an awful movie. It's watchable.
Okay. Ooh, I bet there's just shark teeth in that picture.
Maybe it's just the shark's genitals. Now, I can say that joke now, Joe.
Okay.
That is not an invitation for you to get filthy.
Okay.
All right.
Now, did you ever see the Loch Ness photos? Have you ever looked at those?
No.
It's just like people underwater and they see something that might be a branch or it might be a monster and they think it's a monster.
Well, that looks like an eyeball to me.
Or it could just be bubbles. Which is what all the Loch Ness pictures
See, that's
are.
the problem. It's fuzzy. But those are the pictures that were taken by the 2 divers at the beginning of the movie.
Yes, yep. Now, did they use any real shark footage in this one? Because they did a little bit.
I think they used some of Ron and Valerie Taylor's shark stuff.
Okay.
For certain shots, but not, like in the first movie. Again, all these board members were the extras from the first movie.
Yeah.
So it's a good sequel.
Yeah. Giving old man a paycheck, that's good.
That's the Bad Hat Harry guy. And that woman there, she pops up again in Halloween, in Jaws the Revenge. And they were just extras that lived, in Martha's Vineyard. They weren't actors.
Yep, see? He's got to just start banging on that gavel. Get their attention.
Uh-oh. Oh, there's a really good bit of acting, bit of coming here. What did you ever think? You ever start to think about that? Some indication there from some scenery chewing.
See, nowadays he could just go online and publish it.
Yeah.
Everybody would listen to him. Yeah. He's gonna be stuck out on that boat.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, it's...
You can see his vein sticking out of his forehead in that shot.
People have veins.
Yeah.
I can see your vein right now, Joe, on your.
Okay, I'm a juggler.
On your throat. Okay. I want to cut it.
Yeah.
So bad. I'm sitting there the entire movie wishing I was a shark.
Yeah.
I bite right into that throat vein.
Yeah. You could just eat my legs because they're probably gonna get amputated anyway. I would give them to you.
Why are your legs gonna get amputated?
I don't know. Diabetes. At 30.
Well, if you start eating some leafy greens, start taking care of yourself, doing a little exercise. Don't eat 40-piece nugs for every other meal.
The only way I'm gonna be eating leafy greens is if I get that green Heinz ketchup and dunk my tenders in them. Oh, he's playing some.
I kind of forgot about these kids for a while.
Yeah.
But they're
playing
still
some pinball, some darts,
having the summer of their lives. Yeah. Just listening to Procol Harum and the Doobie Brothers and
Iggy Pop,
watching old Barney Miller on the tube.
Yeah.
And hanging out the beach, getting laid, smoking weed, drinking beer.
Yeah, maybe
summer in the 70s.
Maybe some Coke. And I ain't talking about that stuff on the vending machines.
I don't know if they were doing coke. These kids had access to cocaine or not.
Everybody had access to cocaine in the 70s.
But what is interesting is this is a bar, and these kids are all hanging out at the bar. Now, maybe,
and they look like 17.
The age of consent, the age of alcohol.
It was 18 for a while in some places.
And it might have been. But again, these kids aren't 18.
Yeah.
I think Mike's like a junior or going to be a junior, so.
Yeah. I mean, nobody really checks in small towns. Like, you could drink whatever you want. You could become an alcoholic at 15. They don't care.
But here's where the slasher film comparisons come in. All right, these guys are getting ready to have, hey, my parents are out. Let's have a party.
Maybe Jaws is going to come in through the window.
Oh, Joe. Joe, what did you just do? What did you just do? You called the shark Jaws again.
Yeah. But see, that's what someone would say if they were pitching a haunted house shark movie for the series.
Convince me not to walk out right now.
I'll give you half a monster, half a white monster. Locales, no sugar, icy cold.
Watch the movie, Joe.
Okay.
Are you enjoying it so far? I mean, it's your first watch, Joss. Are you enjoying it?
It's okay.
Man, I know we've been gabbing. You haven't been paying that much attention. You've been too busy trying to find ways to talk about areolas, but diseased ones at that. But.
That's what I normally do when I'm podding.
When you're what?
Podding.
Oh, fuck off. Don't call this podding.
Okay.
First of all, it's an audio commentary.
Sure.
It's not a podcast.
We're like Robert.
Now, here's a good, if you notice, hey, check it out. He's got a planter made out of a yellow barrel.
Oh, he likes
I assumed that was one of the barrels he swam in on from the first movie.
You kept it for a nice souvenir.
I always thought that was a cool little attention to detail, a little bit direction there.
Yeah. And then and
the way he looks at it, I always like this. He's a little subtle little moments.
Yeah. His son accidentally kicks it over and breaks it.
I don't think you're going to break that barrel. It's plastic.
Yeah. You could step on it.
He's been fired.
Uh-oh.
And so now Hendricks is going to be the acting chief.
Yeah. Now he's going to have to track down the shark.
Well.
Yeah, a little bit of vodka.
I think he's got some. I don't know what he's got.
Oh, brandy?
That was whiskey. I can't tell. I can't see the bottle.
Tequila.
Oh, it's whiskey. It's whiskey.
Oh, yeah, Jack.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Nice heavy one.
Brody holds his liquor. In the first movie, he's chugging down all that wine. And he still goes out and cuts up that tiger shark.
Yeah. Well, they probably cut out the scene where he gets seasick because he drank too much and then barfs all over Quint's sign and Quint hits him.
Oh, that was not the. Never mind. It wasn't that scene, but it's when he goes out with Matt Hooper to cut up the tiger shark.
No, I was just saying, of a deleted scene there might be in the movie. I don't know.
Stop it.
Okay. There's a lot of garbage on his walls.
What do you mean?
Look at the wallpaper's crap, all the pictures. What are those pictures of? It's
I don't know. It's just the wallpaper at the time.
Yeah.
1977, man.
Ew.
That's when they shot this.
Yeah. He just got out of like his coloring book.
What?
He's so traumatized by like the experience of the shark that he just has like coloring shark books. He doodles them.
That is the dumbest thing.
You don't think that might happen?
I might leave.
Okay.
I might leave because you added nothing.
Okay.
You add nothing, Joe.
There's a bit of silence. I was just trying to fill audio.
You don't need to fill silence with horse shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. True.
I will say you haven't drank any of your Venom.
No. Well, the sodas, like, there's some internal movement from the bubble, so I try to avoid sodas whenever I'm podcasting or commentating. So I've got, like, a nice glass of water here, but I haven't drank that either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what would the benevolent Buckley think so far about Jaws 2? Not Joe Buckley, but the benevolent Buckley.
From the series, he would definitely trash it.
Yeah, and why is that? Is it because he's a stupid malcontent? And nothing between his ears?
He's a very opinionated character. Yeah. He probably wouldn't like the fact that it's a sequel. He wouldn't like.
Why does he hate sequels?
Just thinks that if you did it good once, you don't need to try to do it again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You think he came up with that opinion on his own, or is that from other people saying that online?
I think that character probably watched like a bunch of bad sequels as like a kid or whatever, and just got tired of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roscheider, man.
Mm-hmm. Now, he's dead now, right?
Yeah. He passed away quite a while ago.
Yeah. Because he looks to be maybe in his 50s right now.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably in his 50s when he made this movie, late 40s.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it is.
Some people age,
actors.
look older, and plus, as leathery as he is in this movie.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of gray, it looks like, on the sides. Do you think he got laid that night?
I doubt he's probably a whiskey dick, man.
Oh,
he was so drunk. I mean, he's wearing his work clothes, so he went right to bed.
Yeah.
She changed her clothes. He went right to bed, stinking like seawater and whiskey and ruined career.
Yeah. He couldn't even get his zipper down. He was struggling with that for 18 minutes.
Shit in his pants a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit of leakage. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Got to comb. Is that you, Joe, every morning combing your hair? Do you have your comb on you right now?
I do. I've got my comb.
Take it out of your pocket.
Sure.
Let me hold it.
Yeah. Give it to you. 1 second.
Joe always has a comb with it. It doesn't matter where you see Joe. You see Joe at Christmas. You see Joe on 4th of July. You see Joe in the Bahamas.
In the pig pen.
Joe will have this comb on him, and it's seen better days.
It has. That one...
Wait, where did you get this? It says First Catholic Slovak Union Jednota.
I have no idea. My parents just get combs from places.
It's a very odd comb to have.
Yeah.
But it's a nice comb. You can hear it up.
Oh.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the comb.
That one's not the one I used.
Flakes came off it, so that was a mistake. I think I just inhaled Joe's head skin.
Okay. This is not the comb that was used in Butcher the Baker's. This is a different one. No. I have that comb preserved for the future.
That's a very important comb.
Yeah.
Screen used. Maybe someday someone will want that.
$10.
After you're arrested for some heinous crime and you're right before you're going to be electrocuted in the chair.
Yeah.
So, that'll go on some website for a nice chunk of change.
Yeah, sure.
The comb, screen used.
Yeah, I'm one of those serial killer websites just because I molested a giraffe and they got executed for it.
If you get arrested, it's going to be for doing things with animals. It's not human beings.
Yeah.
Because that's how you roll.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I'd smack a cat. I'd fucking punch a dog.
Well, if the dog gets too close and it's growling and biting you, it's self-defense.
Oh, no. I'd be so nice to it in the days leading up to it. I'd say, come here, puppy, come here. I'd have dog treats in my hand. He'd come up to me and I'd just fucking punch him.
You are the worst thing that has ever walked
Break
the
his
face
jaw.
of this earth. Every time you take a breath, this world crumbles a little more.
Good.
My heart breaks every time I know that you've fed, because I know that's a little bit more time you're going to breathe and live.
Well, here's the good thing. We're going to die in a nuclear holocaust pretty soon. Is that what happened?
But you'll survive. What's going to happen is you will survive, and I will survive, and we'll be stuck. We'll be the last two people on Earth.
We'll be stuck in this studio, me, you, and Tyler.
We'll just be watching Jaws 2.
Yeah, it's the only movie that still works. All the rest of them got dust on them.
But at least we won't have to watch any Kubrick.
I've got Kubrick here.
I don't care.
Actually, someone borrowed my Shining DVD, so I need to get it on Blue.
Who borrowed it?
Kyle.
Did he watch it?
I don't know. He had it like a year ago. I haven't gotten it back.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
Probably sold it.
Probably. He put like a $2 sticker on it.
And then he had to bring it back anyway because it didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, it had stains on it. It had some kind of white fluid on it.
Okay.
From previous use.
Okay.
I love My Shining.
Stop it.
I have both cuts of it.
Stop it. Stop tapping your leg.
Sorry. I do
can
that
hear
sometimes. Sorry. I've got both cuts of it. I've got the European and American.
I don't care.
Okay. See, this movie don't got 2 cuts. It's got 1 cut.
Well, so what? Doesn't matter. Never in life has a movie having multiple edits been the mark of anything. Most of the time,
got 4 cuts.
Most of the time, if a movie has that many cuts, it was because there was a major issue and lack of vision
Studio
across the
tension.
board. Well,
Brazil.
Sometimes it's not studio.
I don't know. Paramount chopped down poor Brazil from Universal. They chopped it down from 2.5 hours and 90 minutes.
You know, and while I prefer the director's cut of that, of course. Some people may view that he made a bad movie and it needed to be cut.
The studio cut of Brazil is incomprehensible. I saw Brazil twice and then I watched the studio cut.
What about Dune? There's multiple cuts of Dune.
That one is hard because the extended version that exists, that wasn't approved by David Lynch. It wasn't edited by him, so I can't really make that choice for him. I mean, he said he'd take my name off this. It's not mine, so I don't know. I think Lynch shot 5 hours of stuff, and it didn't all make it onto the
Dune's
disc.
weird. Dune's a weird movie.
Oh yeah,
it's worth watching, I think, but it's definitely got a strange vibe to it.
Poor David Lynch decided to try to make Dune instead of Return of the Jedi. He would have been a millionaire. He could have made whatever he wanted.
That's true, but I think he did okay.
Yeah, he did. He had a good career.
Yeah.
He's much more respected.
He fooled people into thinking he had some great vision when
No.
I don't know about that.
No. He's beloved over in France. French companies pay for a lot of his stuff.
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman's fine, too. He just jerked off in the theater. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, during the making of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Was that what he was watching?
No, that's what he was shooting at the time. And that's why, because when that happened, I remember.
Okay.
And everyone's like, oh my God, look at Pee Wee. Look what he's done to himself. Because he's got the long hair and the goatee, which is what he looked like in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He was shooting Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's why he looked like that. It was for a role. I'm not condoning him jacking off in a theater, but I'm just saying the scary quote, the people were saying how freakish he looks, and no, that was a role.
If you're in a porno theater in the 80s, there's no internet porn. What else could those things possibly be for except to jerk off while watching pornography in a theater? I think that's acceptable socially.
I guess. If that's the weird thing. If that was what was understood at a porno theater, I'm not condoning anybody jerking off in public. Whether
you can't be jerking off on the subway, but if you're it's a dark porno theater.
Yeah, it almost seems like a setup kind of thing. If everybody knows at this shitty little grindhouse porno theater, dudes are whacking
you go jerk off.
And you go there and you bust, Paul Rubens for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seemed a little...
Yeah, absolutely.
A little interesting when that happened, but at the time it happened, it was shocking.
Yeah, people were morally outraged. How dare this children's character jerk?
Well, just in general. He's known for playing a character, and then he gets busted for whacking off in a movie theater, porno or not, public masturbation. People are like, why?
There's no way in it. You gotta either rent the VHS tapes and deal with the grain, or...
Shut up. The grain.
Yeah, very grainy.
More grain and shittiness at a grindhouse theater than there would be on a VHS tape in 1992.
16 millimeter, even if the thing's half in flames.
Again, what do you know about 16 millimeter film, Joe? Have you ever done anything with 16 millimeter?
I've never shot. No. Ooh.
So
you got bit.
Yes. Now these guys that are these kids are at the diving school. In the novelization, it goes the diving teacher's not a main character, but there's a lot more to his story. In the novelization. And again, the novelization is he's bleeding because he came up too fast.
Oh.
The pressure.
Yeah, that happens.
So, but again, the novelization of Jaws 2 is worth reading because it's based on the first script for this movie. So if you're ever wondering what Jaws 2 was going to be, you can read that novelization.
Well, a lot of times, novel adaptations of movies are really interesting to read because you see all the stuff that didn't make it in but was part of the script at one point. I loved reading Gremlins, the book, as a kid because they were weird aliens and.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I have the Gremlins 2 novelization.
I never read that one,
but I have I have a lot of novels. I have Spaceballs, which is weird, a novelization for a
parody of Star Wars
gag. Yeah. Slapstick movie, but I do. And I have a lot of Jaws 2, of course, like I've said. I've got Halloween 3 novelization. I've got the Fog novelization.
Yeah.
Fright Night.
Yeah, I had some cool books at one point, but I got rid of most of them. All I've got left are like my DVD like reviewing like giant books of like every movie they could find, and they review them.
For a while there, I don't know, 8-9 years ago, I got into a big kick of wanting old novelizations. So
there's something interesting about them.
And I've loved to get my hands on Halloween and Halloween 2, but those are hard to find.
Yeah,
and some of the Friday the 13th ones too.
Those would be hard to find. Yeah,
I'd love to read those, but.
Yeah, what are they going for on eBay? Like $70 a pop or something like that?
Yeah, I don't remember last time I looked. I don't think I got mine from eBay, though. I think I got mine from...
If you want to look around local bookstores, it'll take forever to find what you're looking for.
Psycho 2. I've got the original. Okay, so Psycho 2, Robert Bloch wrote a novel.
Yeah.
Psycho 2.
Yes.
He wrote his own sequel, book form, which is not the Tom Holland, Richard Franklin Psycho 2.
That one, it's like they went to go make a movie of Psycho, and And
I have that, and that's interesting. It's worth reading if you're a fan of Psycho. Yeah. It's a cool book.
I'd be interested in that. Now, did they make a novelization of the movie Psycho 2 or
I don't know.
Because that would have been funny.
I don't think so.
I can't imagine. I don't know. Normally, whenever there is actually a book out, they just like give it the movie poster cover. And then they reship it.
So Brody's preparing for his first day of...
Yeah, being fired. A layabout.
Yeah, being...
Yep, he's got big plans today. He's going to lay on the couch from 3 to 9 p.m. And he's going to go drink and hit his son.
He said he was going to get drunk and beat her boss's ass. That's what he just said.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, you're halfway there. Well, they better not. If he's out of work, they can't have a housekeeper. They got to get rid of her.
Yep, fire. Get around the streets. He should just follow her to work.
Look at his. He was a little tipsy last night when he came pulling in. Oh.
Yeah. Ooh. Dumping the beer cans out of his car.
Yeah, there was a guy here years ago. The story goes, he was driving drunk. Right? He was at a party or something, and he didn't remember how he got home. And I guess the next day there was a knock on the door, and it was the cops or his dad or something. Long story short, he looked out the front window and saw his car on the side. On its side in his yard, and a bunch of the mailboxes in the neighborhood knocked out. And he's like, oh, I guess I did that. Yeah. He had no recollection, no knowledge of that.
Yeah, he's like Nixon. He doesn't recall. What I love, one time I saw a picture of like an alcohol gas station place, and they've got like giant cement poles right in front of the parking spot, so you can't drive into them. And every single one is horrifically bent inward because of alcoholics just driving into them.
Oh, here's this thing I was talking about. We're getting bruises on our ass.
Yeah, the boat's pounding you up and down. You maybe getting a bit handsy. Coca-Cola branded.
Yeah, there's a lot of product placement in this movie if you look around.
Yeah, classic Nestle water.
What?
Yeah, they projected their logo into the water.
Classic what water?
Nestle.
Nestle?
Is it Nestle?
It's Nestle.
Okay.
It's Nestle.
Okay.
Oh God, Joe, you're down to 2. Okay. I take a half off.
Okay.
That's dumb.
Thank you.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun.
Ooh. Uh-oh, he doesn't even have shoes on. How's he gonna kick the shark?
Maybe he's got long toenails.
Oh yeah. He's got to scrape it against its eyeball.
He's got athlete's foot. He'll just shove it in his mouth and it'll get poisoned.
Yep. Fungus.
Do you know much about? Do you have fungus on you? I always thought you probably at least you'd be a jock itch kind of guy. Do you have jock itch?
No. Never.
I always figured because your bathing habits and the different places you probably place your genitals, melons and whatnot. You would probably have some sort of weird growths.
No, my cock's all right.
Okay, 2.5.
Okay.
Just because I talk doesn't mean you need to.
No, I'm just
talk
saying
about your cock, Joe.
It's a medical term. Yeah, sometimes like a doctor comes in and he's like, "Yo, bro, your cock's all fucked up. You got the herp. You got the herp, bro."
Okay, slow down. Well, there's some shit happening in the movie.
Okay.
Some sharking happen.
Oh yeah. Shark Week on Jaws 2.
It's always Shark Week in Amity.
Yep. That's a lazy doggy paddle if I've ever seen one.
He's gone for. He's a goner, man. He's done for.
They say you should just like quit moving if a shark's actually by you, because it senses
but at
movement.
This point, I don't know.
If you played dead, maybe it would leave you alone. It likes to bite.
Well, this is great. I like this shot where you see him.
Yeah, it's replicating the first.
But
shot.
I mean, look how.
Yeah, it's fast.
Slams him right into there. You know, the force of that. Pulls himself up.
She should help him.
Yeah.
Nope, too late
now.
now.
I like that. I always thought that was pretty cool.
Now what she's gonna do? Like, the paddle's probably half broken. The shark might take a bite out of it.
Nah, she's traumatized, man. She saw her boyfriend get eaten by a shark. She's gonna have some therapy for a while.
Yeah, but like Night of the Living Dead. Ooh, flies on me.
Wow.
Let's not do the general stink because Tyler leaves his doors open.
That fly's looking to land some eggs into your flesh. It equates your flesh with shit.
No.
So it thinks, well, here's a good place to put my babies.
No. I don't have shit nose.
And there was a guy one time that I knew of. I knew, and he was paralyzed, and he lived by himself. And didn't take care of himself that much.
Okay.
He wasn't, 100% right in the head.
Yeah.
And anyways, he had a sore on his ass, his ass cheek. And it was like a tunneling sore. It's one of those sores that doesn't heal.
Yep.
You got to go to like the wound clinic for.
Yeah, you got to scrape it out with like a little ear wax cleaner.
And so he'd sleep on his stomach. It was hot outside. It was summertime. He'd sleep on his stomach with his bare ass hanging out, because of the sore.
Yeah, sure.
And then a caregiver came by
Spanked him?
to check on him. No. And then when they saw the wound, they saw there were maggots in the wound. So essentially that was a fly had landed on the sore on his butt.
Yep, looking for good
laid
stuff
some
to
eggs,
eat.
and those maggots were thriving in that sore, tunneling on his ass cheek.
Were they able to clean all that out, or
well,
no?
they took him to the emergency room. They got it.
He's got half an ass cheek now.
They got it squared away, but Jesus, can you imagine let me check out that sore on your ass, and you look down, there's maggots squirming in the hole.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Ooh. That looked completely like a fleshlight.
Oh.
But I guess it's just his little
That's the
listening
mouthpiece for the oxygen.
But it was all
It's
plasticky
rubber.
and it had a hole in it.
It's rubber, Joe.
Yeah.
So you equate rubber with fake pussies?
Yeah.
Is that basically you see rubber of any kind and you immediately your mind immediately goes toward a rubber vagina, a rubber pussy anus device?
I see a tire and I get hard immediately.
God damn it, Joe.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Patreon or something, we can get enough cash to get you some therapy.
Oh, okay.
Something.
Yeah. Maybe just maybe some like decent like fresh vegetables to eat or something, or
because people don't. This is real Joe. This isn't a bit. Joe is there's some things wrong. There's some things that are going wrong, going terribly wrong.
Well, listen, it's not illegal to be insane. I mean, people can be
and yet,
mentally unwell.
We still spend time with you.
Yeah,
You're still my friend.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that says about me.
Yeah. Everybody's got to have fun sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like going to the freak show and you just see the guy with like claw legs and you laugh at him and pay him 5 cents and he does a little dance with them.
Are you going to the fair that's coming to town this week, tomorrow?
Ottawa? Or,
no, Princeton.
I don't know.
Get a corn dog.
Funnel cake.
Funnel cakes,
they can
man.
fry up some dough.
I'm going to tear that shit up. Man.
Yeah.
I look forward to it all year.
Oh, God. Some fried pickles.
Yeah, fried Oreos.
Ice cream.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to be balls deep in that shit tomorrow. This time tomorrow, man.
Yeah, nice.
There's nothing to do with Jaws 2, but I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, it's like a nice summertime
I'm thinking
activity.
about it. It's August, man.
Yeah, it's still summer.
Yeah.
Mid-August.
Thinking about summer, watching Jaws. I'm thinking about corn dogs.
Yeah. I was never a big fan of corn dogs. I won't do them.
You don't like corn? Do you like hot dogs?
Hot dogs are fine. I don't like the breading.
You don't? Okay. You don't like the corn.
I just don't care for
part.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I saw corn in the name and I
you can
stayed
get,
away from it.
Curly fries. They got the curly fry folk.
Yeah, I like curly. I like them.
Problem is you always got to wait for the curly fry.
Absolutely.
It takes a while. You stand there awkwardly.
15 minutes there.
They give you the token.
Yeah.
And then you give them the token. They bring out the fry. You give them the token back. And
yeah. All the
hot
carnies,
oil, but it's worth it.
All the carnies stare lustfully at you because you're like a 7 in their world.
That's the thing, man. The carny world is not what it used to be.
Yeah,
ever since these companies, came in and bought.
They ruined
now,
everything.
occasionally you'll see an old school carny. You'll see one of these guys who's been there since the early days, and now he got hired.
He got out of Vietnam and went into the carny life.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell. They usually are missing at least one or two fingers,
an eyeball,
maybe an eye, got a Popeye thing going on, a little crazy.
Yeah.
But for the most part, quote unquote carnies are just people that are working the summer job. They're just they got shirts with their name tags on it. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah. See, I like a good carny gimmick. Like if you set a bunch of bottles down in front of me, I'll try to knock them over for money.
I tell you what, if there's a job out there that's perfect for you, Joe, it would have been
carny life.
It'd have been a carny.
Yeah.
I think you could adequately live that lifestyle. Going from town to town, living in a trailer, eating junk food, eating ice cream all day long.
Yeah. I think I would have been either a good pitchman or a geek. I would have been biting the heads off of chickens. Spitting the blood out at people.
We'd bring back the freak show.
Oh, yeah.
You just stand there telling jokes.
Yeah.
They call you Joe the Cuck.
Yep. Listen, folks. I got half a brain in my head. Looky here. Oh,
I just could see down your sleeve when you did that, and I could see your shaved armpit. It just freaks me out, man.
No, I'd shave everywhere. I gotta be clean.
I know, but I'd never seen it. I just did, and now I don't feel good.
Okay.
I feel real sad
just think
about
of shark
everything.
attacks.
Yeah, you're ruined. I'm going to associate Jaws 2 with this now forever. Oh, boy.
I ruined one of your good movies to watch.
I love, yeah. I love Jaws 2. Yeah. It's a great movie. Yeah, man, she's done for.
Yeah, I think the director. Well, no, I guess it's a beach thing. I was gonna say maybe there's a foot fetish thing involved because I've seen a lot of feet in this movie.
I think just the beach.
Okay.
I don't think the director was.
Yeah.
Again, remember he was brought on after the first director was fired, so he was under a lot of pressure. There was no time. There was very little time to put his own stamp on the thing.
Yeah.
There's no real auteur situation going on with Jaws 2. But at the same time, he was able to make a movie that was, I think, a fine successor to the first one, an absolute perfect masterpiece, which is what the first one is.
Jaws. She just sees a cloud that kind of looks like an oval.
No. But man, think about what she just went through.
Yeah.
She was 1 minute, she doesn't know anything about a shark. We know because we're watching Jaws 2. In her world, there was shark wasn't even something she was thinking about.
I mean, if they're all islanders, she would have been a teenager, 13 or so, whenever the first one happens.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is in her mind, she just went out for a day on the beach, and all of a sudden a shark appears, and on top of that, it kills her boyfriend in front of her. So she's going to be all screwed up.
Yeah. She'll have to have a
serious...
Here
we go. I always love that. He's Hendricks 10 points up your starboard bow. He's giving him all the nautical crap, and he's like, "Fuck you, point."
Yeah, I ain't no
so
seaman,
man. That's Joe. That's Brody. That's Chief Brody.
Yeah. No, but she's gonna have to have a serious case of Dippin' Dots after that. Yeah, make her feel good. I like the bubblegum ones.
I like the birthday cake ones.
Yeah, those are good.
That's pretty decent. So he popped his. He popped his little dinghy there.
Yeah, he does have a little tiny dinghy. It's just leaking oil. Water's coming into it.
I did it again.
He's gonna have to try to drag it back on the shore.
What? I like these underwater shots.
Yeah.
Real fast. Aggressive.
Yeah. If I saw a shark in real life, I think my solution would be just shit everywhere and hopefully it won't go through the cloud. Yeah. A panicked seagull.
You would be. You'd be like a dog when you take a dog for a walk and it gets too far from its home and its shit gets more and more water.
Yeah. Just a long trail. That's how he finds his way back to his house. He's like Hansel and Gretel, but with just shit pebbles.
I mean, look at this. He's just tearing through all their vessels.
And those kids probably spent all winter working up to buy those boats.
Oh, perhaps.
Oh, it might be coming back.
Yep.
It just spears one of them.
He's just toying with him. He's having a good time. God damn.
Yeah. Now their summer's ruined.
Everything's all. She's having a terrible time. She's like, I was
Exactly.
just visiting with my cousin, and
Yep, she didn't wear a bra. It's awful. All the boys are seeing everything.
she's like, man, I'm just trying to get some strange. I'm going to get eaten by a
shark.
Carcharodon carcharius.
Yeah. Oh, it might not be. It might be a tiger shark or something. They
It's a
don't know
fucking
for
great
sure.
white.
They
It's
don't
Jaws.
know for sure.
It's Jaws.
I thought you didn't call it Jaws.
No, I'm saying the movie is Jaws.
Okay.
So we as knows that it's a great white shark.
Okay.
Joe, so help me God. I'm going to find a way to snuff your life out before we leave here tonight.
Okay. You could just.
I'm going to cut your head off with the rustiest, dullest thing I can find in Tyler's kitchen.
You could offer me some chewing tobacco, and I'll probably get addicted.
Is that how I'm going to get revenge on you slowly?
Yeah.
Then you'll get mouth cancer and you'll lose your tongue?
Yep. I won't be able to talk.
Yeah,
I'll have
that'd
the
be a
voice
blessing.
box.
Joe Buckley.
Yep. Today on Malevolent Movies.
Instead, the problem was with the way you have to do vowels and whatnot on in consonants into that. It'll sound like Cuckley every time you say Buckley.
Oh, that'd
Joe
be awful.
Cuckley. No.
No. That'd be
Everybody call
disgusting.
you Joe Cuckley.
No, I wouldn't like that one bit. See, now, do you think what do you think about Brody? Maybe he was getting cucked by his
No, of course not.
deputy.
No. Although
They were
you know,
hanging
in
out,
the original
drinking.
book, Matt Hooper has an affair with Mrs. Brody. And in the book and in the Jaws 2 novelization, it's sort of alluded to, even though
You just throw them across the boats.
yeah. So here's where we get into
Yeah, the slasher part.
where people often will kind of equate it with like, it's got a bit of a slasher vibe because the rest of the movie is essentially them, these teenagers in a single area battling an unstoppable killing force, and it's kind of a slasher vibe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at this point, 77 it was filmed? I mean, you would have had, like, a couple actual slashers come out before this.
Well, I guess, you Black Christmas, and
Yeah.
if you want to, count some of the Bava stuff.
Yeah.
Twitch of the Death Nerve.
Maybe Chainsaw, though I don't really
Nah,
consider
it's
that
not
a
a slasher
slasher.
movie, no.
No, that's like an art film.
That's just a backwoods movie.
Well, because
It's a movie where people go into a rural area where they're not supposed to, and they encounter crazies. It's Deliverance. Those are backwoods.
yeah, but
The Hills of Eyes. These are called backwoods movies.
But this one has,
it's a specific subgenre.
this one has a strong, like, people as animals theme, like animal cruelty kind of thing.
What does this?
No, Texas Chainsaw.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot going on with it, but it's not a slasher film.
No, I wouldn't think that.
It's like Motel Hell. These backwoods movies. Hills of Eyes.
Deliverance.
Deliverance, exactly. Wrong Turn.
Yeah. We're basically in a backwoods movie.
I'd like to bend your back backwards until it cracked, Joe.
I don't want to step on it, though, because then my mommy would be upset.
That is the dumbest joke ever.
Okay. Do I get a point?
You get a quarter of a point.
Okay. That's good.
So you're down to 1 and 3/4
Okay.
strikes.
Yeah, that's good for me.
I know you may make it. You may get through this without getting 3 strikes.
Maybe. It's like baseball. You gotta just keep going. Don't you try to take that bunt.
Once again, now he's by himself, unlike the
Yeah.
first movie.
Maybe the ghost of Bruce cut out his radio so he couldn't communicate with people.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And what's funny is we've been watching this movie because Joe's ears are garbage. We've been watching this movie with subtitles, which it's been funny. Because as many times as I've seen Jaws 2, I didn't even know some of these kids' names. I didn't know that I guess I never realized that like Keith Gordon's character's name is Bly.
Yeah.
I never paid attention to that, because they don't say his name too often. So
Yeah, I've got like old man radio ears. They just don't work for nothing.
yeah.
That's why I'm always yelling, so I can hear myself.
Mm-hmm. Well, you need a hearing aid.
Yeah, probably. I'm like 23. I need hearing aids.
Well, You need what you need.
Yeah, and I'm about blind too. Like I would be legally blind without my glasses.
Your eyes are beady as hell, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I got rat eyes.
Yeah, little possum eyes.
Yeah. It's good for digging through garbage at night, though. That's what I'm good at. Like, someone throws away some firecrackers and 2 or 3 of them aren't lit, I'll find them.
You just sniff around for where it stinks, and then you put your mouth on it, huh? Is that how you live your life?
Sulfur. I'm looking for the sulfur.
Sniff around for the stink, and when you find it, you just stick out your mouth, huh?
Yep. Tongue it.
Check out the beard on this guy.
He's like an Amish man.
This Abe Lincoln beard.
Yeah.
I've always been amused by that dude's beard.
Yeah. It kind of looks almost like a sleepaway camp situation where maybe it's a fake.
Oh, it's a real beard. I mean, it's a real beard. There'd have been no reason for them to spend the money to do a beard if the actor didn't have a beard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I want a nice hairy man in a shot.
No.
Well, I mean, he's an islander. He would be gruff and tough, and they have a beard.
He's from the Coast Guard. It's not necessarily that he's from Amity. Who knows where he lives?
Yeah, Boston.
The Harbor Patrol, not the Coast Guard.
Uh-oh. He's going to come up and bite the helicopter.
You think? You think that's going to happen, Joe?
Maybe.
I'll have to watch and see.
Maybe what happens is he drops a rope ladder into the water so the kids can climb up it. And then Jaws, he just kind of uses his teeth.
Who does it?
The shark, Mr. Sharkman. He uses his teeth.
Two.
Okay. He uses his teeth to just kind of jump himself up each rope ladder, each rung.
Hey, I found out today that deer can swim.
I
had no idea deer could swim. It seemed crazy to me, but I don't know why. Found out today deer can swim.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of people with deer in their pools and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine for a while. A deer is a stupid, stupid animal. I think they should be shot just on principle alone.
Well, you should become a hunter then, Joe.
I think I'd enjoy that.
And, do your part then.
Yeah.
I hit a deer last October and it sucked, so
no,
I was real pissed.
No, I think I would have a fun time just shooting animals. I don't think I'd like picking them up, though. I would just shoot them and leave them. I'd be one of those hunters.
Okay.
Yeah. What I would do is I'd use, salt licks, tinged with, deer scent. Just leave them everywhere and then come back, find the deer, shoot them, and leave them.
You're a terrible excuse for that skin and bones.
Yeah.
So many people could use your skeleton for better things.
Sure. Like a nice...
haunted house. A haunted house is a better use for your skeleton than holding up your fleshy
frame.
bag of skin.
Yeah. Just all the bags of just tubulars and stuff.
I do want to need to talk to a lawyer or something and drop some paperwork so I can have your skeleton after you die. I legit want your bones.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Yeah, no, you can have them. $50 upfront payment.
Well, we'll negotiate.
Okay, negotiate. Okay.
$6 in a 40 pack of nugs.
$34 in a pack of magic.
Eldrazi.
Yeah. Ooh.
Now, if this shark was in the world of
magic,
what kind of creature would it be, and how many points and all that?
This would probably cost maybe 6 mana. I think it would definitely be blue. It'd be blue. You'd probably have to pay. You'd have to tap 3 islands and 3 generic for it. Okay. It would have Shroud, which means you can't enchant it, and
would
people
it have
can't.
Skulk? Would it have Skulk?
No, Skulk is much too recent for this, and Skulk is a black enchantment anyway. It's a black thing. This would
you racist asshole.
No, magic is who?
You.
No, it's only on black magic cards.
Joe.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Joke.
I know. But yeah, it'd probably be 7/7 with trample and shroud for 6.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's good stats.
All right, now so the man's been eaten. The Coast Guard guy's been eaten, and
none of those kids know how to fly a heli.
No, and a bunch of the helicopter blades hit the water, cut off. Put a bunch of holes in a lot of their sails. So there's no hope of obviously flying the helicopter out of there.
Yeah,
their makeshift little island is screwed up.
Yeah, they're gonna have to paddle with their feet.
It's not looking good for these kids. Yeah. Looks like they're gonna be flesh for the beast.
It's not really even eating the kids at this point. It's really just biting them and leaving them for dead. Because how much could they really eat? Those kids are 150 pounds apiece.
But they're a big, great white shark. They eat a lot.
Yeah.
They're always moving. They have the metabolism. They need a lot of fuel. I always like that shot, too.
Yeah, it's not bad looking. It looked a little bit plasticky on Blu-ray.
Well, no, because the
rubbery.
shark comes up, and then the actor disappears with it. Just the composition of it, and then it cuts to Brody's kid screaming.
Yeah,
and that was a decent shot.
She's got like one of those weird headband things, like the chick in Grey Garden.
Nothing to say.
Yeah.
Got nothing to say to Hendricks.
Yeah. He could just try bicycling out there in the
Days
ocean.
of Our Lives. That was I've been trying to think about it the whole time. Days of Our Lives was the soap opera that actor was in for years and years and years and years.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing about soap operas is they lasted for 50, 60 years, and they're never going to be seen again. Nobody kept the tapes. Nobody wants to watch them. It's too much content. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah. I mean, there are quite a few on YouTube. You can watch
Sure, sometimes people upload their VHS, but you'll never be able to see like a complete season of these old soaps.
No, because there really was never a season. It was 365 days a year.
Yeah.
I mean, there'd be times here and there where they wouldn't have a new episode, but most of the time.
But this is almost something like the Up series or like Boyhood or something, like where you're just filming people for a long period of time, watching them age and shit.
Yeah, their characters. I mean, I could see the appeal of a soap opera. If you watch it every day for years, it's the long narrative. I could totally have seen. I understand the appeal.
If they were filmed better, I think I would be interested. But there's just nothing in there for me.
Oh, now this is infamous. The sequence here for being unintentionally hilarious.
Does the kid accidentally spit up?
No, because they're trying to get the Sean there to get the rope, and the curly-haired friend, is so aggressive.
Yeah, get that goddamn rope, Sean.
Watch.
Yeah.
Here we go. Watch. It's exactly what you... It's exactly what I'll break your ass. He's
not
threatening
coming
to
over
break
there
the
now.
kid's ass if he doesn't look at him because the kid's traumatized from almost getting eaten by a shark and watching a person get devoured in front of him.
He's like a mean John C. Reilly.
Yeah. He's going to be a PE teacher, I bet.
Oh, yeah. Toes on the line, kids. Get those goddamn toes on the line.
I had a gym teacher in high school. He would always want, look me in the eye, look in the eye. And he was big about looking in the eye. And he'd yell at you if you weren't looking in the eye. What he'd do, he'd slap himself in the forehead and goes, right here, look here.
What a dumb person.
He would slap himself in the forehead, meaning like, give me your eyes.
He'd probably spit chewing tobacco on the hardwood floors.
He was a hard case, man.
What they should have done is just like had the kids like hit each other and then open up a fight club for the teachers to watch.
Yeah.
He could have made bank.
He also taught sex ed. And,
okay.
And he
massage the girls' backs.
No, but he was very explicit. He'd talk about the gonads. I remember, and he, basically grabbed his own balls. And he's like, "Oh, the gonads." And
look at him. Look at him.
And if you laughed,
outline of the jeans.
And if you laughed, he got pissed off. He was kind of like Mr. Buzzcut on Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
He would get mad if you giggled. But I mean, how could you not laugh? A grown-ass man is grabbing his own balls and dick and saying, "These are your gonads."
Here, come around. I'll unzip. Take a look-see.
He's a little. This guy here is a little bit more.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's children.
Kissing him. He's, you know what I mean? He's, and I
stuck
get
it on his earlobe.
But it's a little. It's always been a little awkward that moment.
I feel like
with how, affectionate he is toward, and I get it. That's his friend's little brother, and they're in a situation, and emotions are running high, and they're feeling relief because they saved him, etc. But he's just cradling him and kissing him on the cheek like a parent. It's just always a little awkward.
He's still got him. He's like a monkey mother. With like whenever the children fall into the zoo enclosures.
He starts pulling ladybugs out of his hair and eating them.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I was talking about how deer swim. I also found out today that apes cannot swim. They're one of the only two mammals that can't swim.
Too muscle dense?
Giraffes and apes.
Well, a giraffe is an awful animal, but is an ape just too muscle dense, or
I don't know. It's just that they're a mammal that can't swim. So
yeah. I can see
one of the
it.
few mammals that can't swim. So
Yeah, hippo's great at swimming. If you see a hippo, you better skedaddle.
Well, I know.
Because they're vicious creatures.
yeah. Maybe for Jaws 5, it can be
Yeah.
there could be a deer in the water, a hippo in the water, a shark in the water, shark versus hippo versus deer.
I'd watch it.
Who do you think would win?
If I can't kill a deer in a movie, so I'd say the deer somehow wins. It kicks its leg through the shark's eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like the Meg, like a dog, like everybody wants
Did you
to
see the
save
Meg?
dog.
Did you see the Meg?
No,
Yeah,
no chance.
I was disappointed with it.
Yep.
Wasn't as fun as I expected it.
No chance. I wouldn't catch that if it was on Dollar Tuesday at like the discount theater.
But your fucking ass went to Slender Man.
Yeah, for a show, we had to.
Wow.
We didn't watch the Meg on the show.
No.
Yeah, really, that was a good solid 20 minutes without Brody.
Yeah, like I said, the third act kind of turns into more of the story about the kids.
See, maybe Quint's lost son should have came back.
He didn't have a son.
Yeah,
He had a bunch of wives, but it's never mentioned where they had a kid. He said he had multiple wives.
Yeah.
But, he might have a kid out there somewhere he didn't know about.
I don't think Quint's the type of guy to pull out. He doesn't practice the pull-out method.
Well, I also don't think Quint's the kind of guy that would
has good sperm.
be that worried about, being a father. He seemed like
he's probably got weak sauce.
he was married to the sea.
Yeah.
He was sharking. He was
He
married
keeps
to
spilling his seed in the ocean. He jerks off over the side of his boat.
Okay.
He gets all over the lettering. It's like paint to him.
Okay.
It's free paint.
2.5.
Oh. He calls it free paint.
2 3/4. You better slow down, Joe.
I'm close.
You better slow down.
Okay. Why are they carrying around that one? So
they're tied together. They can't all fit on one. So they
No, but that last one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't question it. They're doing it cause.
Okay. It's like the burning.
Ugh.
You don't like the burning?
I don't know. The burning is a mess. I mean, I appreciate it because, the history, all the actors that are in it. But the ending is such a truncated sack of shit. I appreciate it as an 80s camp slasher.
I thought it was one of the better slashers I watched back then.
So many, maybe I'm just tired of hearing it. All of a sudden, burning became something everybody seemed to be talking about the last couple of years.
Well, yeah, it was heavily...
And it's like, enough with the goddamn burning.
It was heavily cut, and then the gore scenes were cool.
Bad. The ending is so bad.
Yeah. Good Thomas Savini gore, though. I mean, what more can you want?
Yeah, it's got some okay Savini stuff.
Yeah. Some of it was really bad.
Some of it's sloppy.
Yeah. Like the hand getting chopped up, you can see it's wood.
Yeah. But, it's a decent 80s camp slasher. If you watch Friday the 13th Part 2, Sleepaway Camp and The Burning, you got a good camp trilogy right there. I'd say.
Uh-oh. The shark's grabbing onto it with his
teeth.
teeth.
You mean the shark? She doesn't know that it's a shark. Apparently she's not aware of a shark. I don't... No. Now everybody starts getting pissed here. There's this one guy here, he just screams. He's real late to the game. Coming up. Shut up!
Yeah. He just wants to get his 2 cents.
Yeah, he was waiting a while to get a word in.
He's like the Joe Buckley character.
Yeah. He just was waiting. Perfect time to yell, shut up. No. How about, okay. Oh, here it is. Shut up.
Yeah.
And then he felt pleased.
Yeah.
Because he didn't say anything again.
Yeah, well, he should be pleased with himself. He got what he wanted.
Now he's sitting back there looking very forlorn.
Oh. He's self-reflecting.
It's Chief Brody.
Yeah, he's just got old man eyes. He can't see them.
He just runs him down.
Yeah.
Chops them all up.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Blames it on the shark.
Yeah. I think it was Jaws again.
The shark swims by and winks at him with his one good eye. Like, I'll take the rap, buddy.
Yeah.
Just like Batman.
Yeah.
He took the rap.
Yeah. Harvey Dent. I bet Nolan felt bad about killing off Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight because Joker died. He didn't have any more villains.
Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I've always been, and maybe someday he'll reveal what plans he had for the Dark Knight sequel. You know.
That would have been cool if there was like half a script or something done.
You know, I'm sure he had an idea.
Yeah.
Where he was going to go with a third film.
Yeah, I can't.
The Joker. I imagine Joker would have been involved.
I can't remember seeing many outtakes or anything of the Joker on the DVD. Yeah. That would be cool to see. Uh-oh, it's chewing through the rope.
Yep, that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Jackie screaming. That was everybody's screaming, but for some reason at the bottom, the subtitle just said in parentheses, Jackie screaming.
Maybe she's the loudest.
Apparently. Uh-oh.
Yeah, here he comes. Just like the first one, he's got to get eaten up. Bottom of the boat.
Well, he just gets on the rocks, he'll be fine.
Yeah. He wasted his cyanide bullets. Now he's got nothing.
Yeah, he didn't have time to make any more. Oh, where's the shark? He's biding his time. He's not even eating those fish, man. He's just biding his time.
Yeah, he knows the good meals. That's just like going to a steakhouse and eating all the crackers before you get your good shit.
You don't want to fill up. You don't want to fill up on crackers.
Yeah, bread.
Is that what you do when you go to a steakhouse, Joe? Do you eat bread?
No. With a steakhouse, you're ordering one piece of meat. Normally, unless you go like hog wild, get like a 64 ounce. I mean, you can finish up your steak.
Yeah.
So you can eat some bread ahead of time. That's fine.
And do you get a potato? Do you get a salad?
Nope. Well, a potato French fries I'll get, but they normally don't. They steak fries, and those are thick. Yeah, I don't care for them.
Well, I love those.
Yeah, I do a lot of ketchup on those.
Oh, I bet.
Yep.
Remember that time you had at the old office, you had a drawer just for sauces?
Yeah.
There was a drawer in the old Hometown Hero office where you just had
my sauce drawer.
Your sauce drawer. You had barbecue sauce in there. What else you have? Sweet and sour.
Yeah. Some ketchup.
It was ridiculous.
Well, what's wrong with that? I think I had some sugar
because
packets.
I'm pretty sure you ate that sauce with no food sometimes. You just with your finger.
I'm a sauce guy. Have you ever heard of Country Bob's steak sauce?
Yes.
I drank half a bottle of that one time.
That's the dumbest idea.
Yeah. It was good. It was good.
I bet you shit your brains out.
No, I was fine. I've got a good stomach.
You got enough of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got some good pipes down here. I don't got leaky pipes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the kids are making it. They're making it.
They're going to get cut up on those rocks. Those are sharp.
You can...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. She just gave up. Oh, those scales are sharp, man.
Yeah.
That's his
like
girlfriend.
barnacles.
Yeah. He's like, Lucy.
Yeah, but now he's going to get ate too. Covered in their blood.
No, the shark doesn't want that. He's going for them. He's got a vendetta.
Yep, that kid looked at him funny.
Yeah.
He spat into the water, and that was his property.
He was disrespectful about basic seamanship. Now, If you look there,
Yeah, the power line.
There's that power line. What's funny is that Brody knows what that is. Don't forget, both times that the power line was referenced early in the movie, it wasn't around Brody. It was around Hendricks, and then one was just a camera shot of it. But he knows.
As a police chief, he's probably somewhat responsible for the public utilities or something.
So he knows.
Yeah, he's going to get shocked if there's like a cot in it.
All the seaweed hanging off.
Yeah, dripping into his eye.
The shark's just having a great time, man. Yeah. He's just teasing him.
Yeah, Brody should hang his ass above the water to try to tempt the shark to come bite it.
That's what you would do, Joe.
Exactly.
You're often seen walking around town showing your ass.
Yeah, but just my butt crack because my belt falls down.
Did that happen when you were painting benches?
No, not really. No, I've been good so far about not exposing the brown eye.
Thank you.
To the town citizens.
Okay.
I'm cleaning up this city one street at a time.
The only thing that stands between a clean city and just filth.
Yep, it's
Crackhead
me, Joe
filth.
Buckley. Yeah.
Spanking that. Spank that.
Yeah. It's I'm like a taxi driver. I just want to sweep these streets clean of all the muck.
But you're literal. You're actually cleaning cigarette butts and garbage out of the...
Yep.
I have a feeling you'd be okay if there were pimps and hookers and
Oh,
johns
I'd love them.
in your town.
Make friends.
Yeah, you'd be all right with that kind of filth.
Instead of just like a bunch of retired people.
Maybe they're retired hookers. I mean, I talk to anyone, you know their life story. If you talk to any, you go down to the Lions Club and talk to any of these old duffers.
No, it's a conservative town.
Yeah.
They didn't even want to let the town citizens go into the Ottawa library because the farmers wouldn't pay for it. Yeah, they didn't want to pay their taxes.
Oh, well.
Yeah. They don't need reading. Where are they going to read? Seeds? I know what seeds are. I'm a farmer.
That's ridiculous. I don't even know why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
Just call him. Maybe the shark left.
Maybe
He's got tired and left.
Yeah. Maybe he got like his little fin trapped underneath a rock.
Maybe he ate enough mackerel and he's done.
Yeah. You just start smacking it.
Yep. Just trying to get that attention. Get his attention. He feels the vibrations from the rest of it. He's asking. The kid's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
They see the old
he
man.
thinks his old dad is just like...
he fucking lost
He's
it.
got dementia.
Finally lost it.
He thinks that this big rope is a shark.
He's just slapping the shit out of that thing with the paddle.
Yep.
Paddle that ass.
Yeah, just like he does to his son.
Oh.
See, I think what they should have done is used Jaws in like dentistry commercials for toothpaste, and he could have said like, "Smile, you son of a," and then cut out.
Yeah,
I think you show a child with a big happy white grin.
Yeah. Okay. He's coming for him. Will Brody survive? Is he gonna make it out of this pickle?
I don't know.
Oh, electrocution. Cooks him.
Is that some painted lightning in one of those shots? Or?
I think that was animated.
Yeah. Ooh, that must smell awful.
Oh, yeah, think about that. Think about the way a shark would stink getting electrocuted.
800 pounds of just blubber. I think he's still got one more bite in him.
Well, he's holding on. No, he's smoking out of his eyes. He's done for. That's it. The shark is dead. He's burning.
I don't know. I think he comes back in the third dimension.
Well, you'll have to watch Jaws 3. You'll have to do that. You'll have to do that without me. I can't suffer through Jaws 3 that well by myself, let alone with Buckley.
I'll have my shoes off. My feet will be up on the table. It'll be awful.
Bare ass, legs behind your head.
Yeah.
Sniffing your own stink.
No, I don't do that. I just like to do it like, hey, look at what I've got. Looky here.
Do you wear clothes when you're at home? When you're in the basement, do you wear clothes? Okay.
Yeah. Because mother will sometimes come in.
Oh, that's right. She'll come down. Didn't she catch you whacking off one time?
Yeah, she is.
And did you stop when she walked in?
I stopped, but the pornography was still playing with the volume on.
How awkward was that?
It was fine.
Like the next time when you went upstairs for dinner, how awkward was it?
No, I was fine.
Is it weird at Christmas time when you're opening presents from your mom and you both kind of lock eyes and she remembers that moment?
Yeah. I've caught my dad jerking.
What?
Yeah. He does it in the living room.
Jesus Christ.
He doesn't really have his own room, and he just sits out there with the laptop, and I'm pretty sure I've got him.
What'd he say?
Nothing. Yeah, I'm just watching it, son.
I'm just looking up tax property values. Don't mind me.
Yeah. There's like a brand new realtor who shows you like what kind of taxes you can get if you look at their pussy.
Okay, well.
Strike 3.
Well, that would have been strike 3.
But the movie's over.
But the credits are rolling, so that's Jaws 2. Okay. What do you think, Joe?
I thought it was okay, but I didn't think it was like great.
You didn't think it was great?
No.
I think it's pretty great. I think it's a great sequel.
Yeah.
I think it's the best sequel you could have got to Jaws.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? It's you've got, it feels like a continuation of the first movie. You do have new characters, but you also have the classic older characters. They shot it in the same place. I mean, right down to detail. I mean, they used the extras that they used. Even behind the scenes, you've got.
Yeah, probably a lot of the same camera people and stuff.
Yeah, Robert Matty working on the mechanical effects. You got Ron and Valerie Taylor doing the live action shark stuff. So, and like I said, you got Bill Butler, was the DP.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm like the Siskel to your Ebert. I'm just always giving the thumbs down. And my brain don't work no good no more.
You're nothing to me, nothing.
Okay.
So there it is, man. Jaws 2.
Short credit sequence. They're so short back in the day.
Yeah, well, there's not as many people worked on a movie.
Yeah, and nowadays it would be 7.5 minutes, and there'd be like a little stinger at the end of like the Jaws, the shark coming back, like Marvel.
But there, the movie ends looking at the sunset. So, and then we get the credit. We get we get the actor credits.
Yeah, there's a double. Okay.
No, we didn't get the actor credits.
Yeah.
So.
Kind of looks like the shot in Star Wars. Yeah.
But yeah, pretty big cast. And like I said, you should if you're in the book, the making of Jaws 2 is it's kind of in everybody's own words and very interesting.
Yeah.
Everything that went behind the scenes of making the movie and the first director being fired and.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested in that if they made it like a Elm Street documentary that came out or something.
Well, it's like that, but in the written form.
Yeah,
in one movie. Where it's you get everybody and where how they got in the movie and what they've done since the movie, if they continue to acting, what it was like working with Roy Scheider.
Yeah,
how exciting was it to be shooting the sequel to Jaws and
I like my books with pictures in them.
Well, there's pictures in this.
No, but I mean a picture book. I like whenever, I want to know what Jack and Jill have been up to since the last novel.
Yeah. Well, there it is. Jaws 2, our first commentary. I think that went pretty well considering.
Yeah, I think it went good.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, no problem.